Welcome back to News of My Fiance. Raw, live, in person, live raw. With normally Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush, but tonight
It's not normal.
it's not normal. We got the Lils with us.
Hey, representing for the Easy Lovers,
Hello.
if you'll remember.
Reporting live from the 5-alarm fire that is Portland, Oregon. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate the support. Be a part of the text chat fam squad and join the conversation in the chat. We are currently on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yes.
Sorry, no Instagram. We're still working on the kinks on that.
Discord coming later.
Definitely coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing this dope space each and every week. Shout out to our production team, Kyle of Residual Audio, Jess, and Ross, and our remote quality controller, Michelle, for making sure this show happens each and every Monday. And, of course, shout out to all of you watching, listening, learning, laughing,
Hello.
loving, conversating, blowing up the chat, and staying engaged with us.
Now, before we get started, fiancés, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell so the algorithm notices us. Become a member over at patreon.com/newsofmyfiance to support our ever-expanding show. Just want to be able to spend more time with you and pay our bills at the same time. So let's get it started. First things first, I want to thank everyone that jumped right in this morning when I sent the call out for us to get some followers on the News of My Fiance YouTube page.
Drum roll.
Hello. So
We've gotten a few.
You've gotten a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the situation. Right now, you guys tune in every week, either on Facebook, but if you're coming to YouTube, you're going to the District 9 YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, you're on either my page or Morgan's Facebook page.
Yeah.
We have a News of My Fiance Facebook page, but it doesn't have enough followers for us to broadcast from it. So that's the same thing with our YouTube page. We have to get the follower count up to at least 50, and then we can broadcast on the News of My Fiance YouTube page. And then all the content will be centralized and, all the good stuff. So we started out this morning with 5 followers on the News of My Fiance Facebook page.
Okay.
YouTube page.
You
sent out a couple of texts, made the announcement.
Text
We're now we're now up to 30.
Hey,
that was really, really quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully I have complete faith in you guys that we'll get to 50 and possibly be able to broadcast from the proper News of My Fiance
by next Monday.
YouTube, next Monday.
Look, if we got 30 right now, and each one of them asked their mom, or their fiance, their easy lover,
do it. Don't play games.
We could have 50 by the end of the night.
Oh yeah,
let's get 50 by the end of the night for the easy lovers. Let's win this, guys. Hashtag easy lovers. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get 20 easy lovers into the situation.
Make it happen.
My Fiance YouTube channel. You got till 9.
So we got some people in the chat. You got Keita over here.
Keita?
Yep.
Sorry.
Hey, Lily Middleton.
Keita, I love you so much.
And then over on YouTube, we got MJ and Michelle in there. Michelle said, "Oh no, did the anti-DEI hammer come to News of My Fiance?"
I am the DEI hire of News of My Fiance.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, what we have here, MJ's down. MJ is down. This migraine. This migraine's no joke. The migraine is trying to make a name for itself.
Yeah.
It's just trying to, it is.
Okay, so here's the deal.
The
20th person to subscribe to News with My Fiance's YouTube gets to name Morgan's migraine. Because she is trying to come up or make a name for herself.
You know what? I am not mad at that.
You should not be mad because that was a good one.
Yeah. And MJ is in the chat. MJ is in the chat.
Do you approve, MJ? Subscriber number 50 gets to name your migrainous condition.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it. I think it's dope. I think it's fire.
So I'm all up in the business tonight
Yeah.
because her poor brain is causing her much pain.
Yeah.
I am still a jingle
Listen
maker.
to that. Look at that. Bars.
Oh, my Lanta.
You're no stranger to the News of My Fiance ecosystem, though. You have been on 2 video shows.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The election night coverage.
Uh-huh.
And then what else? What was the other one? Was it just that?
No. It was election night, and then you and Morgs and I
we did a show down here.
Yeah.
Right.
So 2 of these.
And then
I think one
Thursday
radio
morning,
or 2.
I think it was 2 Thursday morning shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're no stranger.
I am no stranger, but you know what, guys? There was no buts intended. And you know what, guys? I'm pretty excited to see how much engagement we have going so far.
I'm telling you right now, YouTube is going crazy.
Yeah.
YouTube's going crazy. The engagement is massive. Michelle and Morgan are just going back and forth killing. Yeah.
Approved.
Yes.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what your guys' ideas are.
Yeah.
You can feel free to throw those in the chat too.
That would be good.
You know?
Yeah.
How about this? If we don't hit 20 tonight, although we will.
I feel like we will.
I feel like we absolutely will. Yeah. Then we'll pick the best one.
You know what? We might hit it tonight, but I won't be able to tell because, and this sounds crazy, I think they were coming in so much that YouTube wasn't catching it wasn't giving me an accurate count.
Well,
so
they
like
are
one
still
page
on
it was like
95.
30. It's true.
That's how YouTube is run.
On one page it was 30, other page it was 28, and then refreshing, and it's still not catching up. So we'll know by tomorrow morning.
We're gonna have 150 by tomorrow morning.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah.
Run the fucking numbers up.
Run
them up.
I got a
Run
DJ
them up.
Ambush over here, cousin.
It's true. It's true.
Which, by the way, once we hit 150, he'll no longer be able to do. So that's not true.
I would.
It isn't true.
That's not the show for me. Not at all. Before we get too deep in the weeds, happy birthday, Ross.
Happy birthday, Ross.
Wasn't able to make it to the celebration over the weekend. We were bogged down, but love you to pieces, man. Ross is an essential part of our situation here.
He is.
We got these tally lights on our cameras, helping us out with all IT situations. Even when we're in the other location, you just jumped in.
Yep.
Feet first.
Absolutely.
Valued member of the team.
He is.
Yeah.
And I heard he did a little singing for his birthday.
Oh, man.
Which begs to ask the question.
Give it to me.
Maybe he would pop on and do a live performance one day.
Okay.
When we have 150 Patreon members at $5 each, Ross will come and do an in-studio concert. You heard?
I love it. I love it. Okay. Morgan just did a check. She said we're at 41 already. This is what I'm saying. I can't tell from the inside. That's pretty amazing. We probably could hit 50 by the end of the show.
We are going to hit 50 by intermission now.
Slow down.
No. Look what just happened in the last.
It's such a ramp up.
In the last 2 minutes, we got 11 new subscribers.
Okay. Yeah. We might hit 50 by the end of the show.
If you didn't know, I'm the optimist of the crew, guys. So.
No, I mean, okay, yeah. No, you absolutely are. You absolutely are.
Glasses and all.
Yes. I like to throw the impossible bids out too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
All right, so 50 in the next 10 minutes. Let's go.
You keep making.
I'm sorry. It's a warm up. I'm warming up. It's just over here warming up, guys. Just keep warming up.
Just keeping it warm. Oh my gosh. So we got a chance to kick it yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before?
It was yesterday.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys know it. We're some horror buffs. and I've been telling you guys about Bree. You know, it was interesting. It was actually absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when Bree could not watch horror movies.
No,
anything
none.
remotely scary, not doing it.
No.
If you make her watch it, or if she's in the next room while you're watching it, understand that means she's sleeping with you guys tonight. Like, she's not playing these games. And then she was like, I want to conquer this. And we started watching some thrillers.
Okay. What'd you start with?
I can't even remember what we started with.
I feel like I asked her too, but I can't remember.
But then we started going into some horrors.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can do this. And then what I thought would be like, not necessarily her breaking point, but this lets me know where we can go after this.
Okay.
We watched Evil Dead Rise, the most recent Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And it's straight up horror. It's got the gore.
It's got the jump scares.
Okay. Like, I remember watching, I was at the office one day and I had it on one laptop, on one screen, and I'm doing my work and I'm like, whoa. And she watched it and was like, yeah, it's good.
Not too bad.
Good. And I was like, oh, we're ready.
Okay.
Ready. So it's kind of like our thing. If we're going to watch a movie together, it's like, what horror haven't I seen yet? She always suggests horrors.
Okay.
So we were going to watch Longlegs over the weekend. And then I was like, you know what? I've watched Longlegs like 3 times since it's been out. Let's find something else that, you know, because we're all going to watch it together. Let's find something else that could work. So then Barbarian came up. And I was like, oh.
I didn't realize it was just like earlier in the weekend.
Yeah. And you see how excited we were to watch it again with you?
Yes.
Yeah. So Lily came over yesterday.
Yeah. It was my do nothing day. There was too much going on here at Mi Casa. And I needed to take a day where I did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I left my fucking house.
Yeah.
And I came to you guys. I was like, here's the deal, guys. I know you have to be productive and do work and things. I will try my hardest not to distract you. I just need to be within proximity of you. So we kicked it in the living room, came up with a food game plan, came up with watching a movie or something, so that'd be on the background for you guys. And then that prompted a discussion. I'm constantly disappointed by scary movies.
Yeah, you did say that.
Constantly.
You did say that.
Look, I want a couple of things before I die. A flash mob.
You want to participate in one?
No, I want to be surprised by one.
Oh, nice.
A roast.
Okay.
And I want to go and watch a scary movie in a theater.
Okay, and it'd be scary.
Yes.
Like, you want your popcorn flying?
Literally, I want the large popcorn. I want to be, like, honestly, so scared that I have no other thing to do but toss it in the air.
Okay.
That's all I want. Those are and a wraparound porch. Those are 4. Those are the 4 things. Oh, a really deep bathtub. Anyway, that list might grow and grow. One, I haven't gotten that movie yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. You were telling us yesterday, you were describing this whole situation, this dilemma that you're in with the horror movie.
Huge dilemma.
And I was like, I think I got a suggestion. Because we had just watched it over the weekend.
Amazing.
And
go ahead.
Set us up. Yeah. Well, I don't want to give away too much, only because I hate spoilers. Mm-hmm. And I still feel like it's still relatively fresh for a lot of people. Jess hasn't seen it. But it's one to see.
It is absolutely one to see.
Yeah.
What I'll say about it is, you have this kind of textbook plot. Mm-hmm. You've got your rules of horror films. Of who dies first, who reacts this way, who makes that decision, who saves this person, who all the things, right?
Right.
This movie doesn't necessarily follow that, and even just on the storytelling, it doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, before it was over, I remember getting to a point and being like, "Is this over?" Like I would have been aggrieved had it ended right then.
Yeah.
It did not.
Right.
That's the only spoiler I'll give. It continued.
That shit was fire.
Oh, it was so great. So also Am was game to have me watch something he'd already seen because he could continue to be productive.
Yeah.
But he also was raring to see how I would react in certain.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait. Knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Being able to watch the screen and you at the same time while I'm working. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Let me take a little pause. Okay, don't make it too obvious.
Oh, you were brilliant at that. I never saw you peeping to see what I was going to do.
And that's also a credit to the film and how captivating it was. Like, there was so much going on, you could not take your eyes off the screen. You had to be focused on what was happening.
And any, interaction I did, I got to have with Morgs, who was sitting next to me, and I could, grab her, stare at her, what is about to happen? It was incredible.
She's good, because she's just going to...
She does. She's just, typing away. I'd be like, Morgan, I have a question. Ignore me.
Right.
Which was the right thing to do. It was the right thing.
So much for your question.
Yeah, exactly. So, I highly suggest, guys, here's the deal. If your body, your brain, your heart is telling you you need a do-nothing day.
Yeah.
And people in your house don't feel the same way. Get out of your house.
Get out of the house.
Go watch a scary movie.
Shout out to Liberty Twitcher over on Twitch. We are picking up our followers on Twitch.
Hey.
Shout out. They be in here.
Hi, Liberty.
And hey, Aaron over on Facebook.
Oh, my Aaron?
Your Aaron.
Ah, my Aaron. Our Aaron.
Yes.
Hi, Avery.
Right? She runs the house, B.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, today is Trans Day of Visibility.
Awesome.
I am wondering how long we're going to have that.
I can't believe, honestly, that it's still
real shit.
Right?
I feel like this year we had our last Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Last Trans Day of Visibility. A lot of stuff's just going to go away.
It is absolutely going to go away.
I'm curious as to how we handle that, though, right? Because,
look, first step is going away.
Yeah.
The next step is going to be, punishing for celebrating.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We've seen that already with what you are protesting. There's clearly one thing that is okay to protest.
Yeah.
And one thing that is absolutely not okay to protest.
Which is interesting.
Right?
It's not like they say it like we're locking these people up for supporting Hamas. When in actuality, what they're supporting is a ceasefire at the very minimum.
Yes.
So you're locking...
Or an oppressed people.
Right. Yeah. Oh, MJ said, yes, definitely a last Women's History Month.
For sure. What are women even?
Yeah.
You know what it could be replaced with?
Oh, God.
Trad Women's Month.
Traditional Women's Month?
Yes. Yeah. We could have bake sales. All the baked goods.
That's terrible.
No good?
Biological Women's Month.
Yeah. You'd have a bunch of women hopped up on Mommy's Little Helper. RFK Jr. is not going to be into that, but sorry. You guys will get home and martinis will be handed to you.
Oh my God.
Apron sales are going to go through the roof. Invest in aprons. I want to see a stock jump in aprons.
Yeah, you know what?
Joanne Fabrics is going to have to come back.
You might freaking be onto something with that.
You know?
Not Joanne Fabrics, though. You might be onto something. I don't think I'm going to be able... Well, first off, me coming home to a martini, dirty or otherwise, no good. What
are you going to request as a beverage?
I don't think I will be defined as a traditional man in the way that I like fruity drinks.
Fair.
And if there can be frozen and slush, what? Give it to me.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Well, all you have to do as the trad man in the house is provide one Ninja blender.
All right.
Or like one one of those frozen drink makers, right?
Yeah.
You just pour the thing in.
Oh, right.
You
just a little. I'm with that.
Please. With that. I also want. Apparently, you're my trad husband. I also want.
Tell me the thing.
A countertop ice machine, but the one that makes the hospital ice.
Oh, what? Fire.
Yes.
Fire.
We'd have the best traditional kitchen in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Michelle said barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen month.
Forevermore.
Yeah.
Did you know the longer you continue to have babies, the longer you can continue to have babies?
I'm sorry. If you just keep having them, you can just...
Yeah. It keeps the juices flowing. Okay. Probably not. Probably that's not what they say. But you got the point.
Wowzers. Holy crap.
Yeah.
No, I was unaware of that.
I learned that along with my PhD in gynecology.
Okay.
I need no fact checking, Morgan. Google has been discontinued for the
Google's
rest
down.
of the day. Google's
down, guys.
We broke Beyonce's internet. That if you have kids early and you stop having kids,
right, then
you would most likely go into menopause early. But if you start having kids and continue, like a good trad wife would,
right,
or wait until you're a little older and then have kids, it pushes that pause back.
Wow.
And that's the woman's body. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
It would make sense that I don't know that. For a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
Patriarchy for sure.
One.
They're not teaching that in health class.
No.
At all.
No.
At all.
No. Do you remember health classes? Did you get health classes? Did you get sex ed? The sex ed?
Here's the thing. Because I went to a Baptist high school, there was no sex ed.
Hold up.
Happening.
I have so many questions.
Give it.
Okay. Is my understanding that there was some Seventh-day Adventist
Absolutely.
In your upbringing?
That was elementary school. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist elementary school. Sharon Temple Junior Academy.
Oh.
Is where I went to elementary school.
Yeah.
And then I went to Concord Christian Academy for high school.
And that was a Baptist school.
Yeah. And then in my senior year, I began to stray.
Oh.
I
thought that didn't happen in the religious and the private schools.
No, that's where you stray the most.
That is
you start playing records backwards. You listen to Metallica, Poison, Motley Crue.
Saying murder backwards.
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah. Favorite number becomes 6.
And then you put two more sixes behind it.
Adding.
Come on now.
Whoa.
So so we didn't have sex ed. We had health.
Okay.
And in health, we learned CPR.
Which is hey, that is important to know.
Yeah.
It's also important to know some things about sex, baby.
Yeah.
No sex.
No.
Even like anatomy.
Basic.
Okay.
So we had like the that tabletop model where you could take like the shoulders off and see the muscles,
right,
abdomen and all that stuff. Yeah, so that was happening. I'm trying to think. No. Okay, because the school also was kind of small, and because the curriculum is so chopped up because they're not giving us sex ed.
Right.
It was kind of like health and home ec.
Did you guys have egg babies?
No, we didn't do egg babies, but they did teach us how to poach eggs. In the microwave.
You can't. Oh, poach. Okay, outside of the shell. You said poach eggs. I thought hard boiled for a second because that's how you had to have an egg baby. Your egg baby had to be hard boiled because if you were going to break it, you didn't know. And they could not make a mess.
I learned how to make a great poached egg in the microwave. Still make them that way for egg sandwiches.
Amazing.
It's great.
Wait, you poach your eggs for egg sandwiches?
Well, okay. Let me be clear,
guys. This is one hell of a warm up. That's all I'm going to say.
Let me be clear. Maybe poach is the wrong word for what I do today.
Oh, okay.
What I do, depending on how I want the sandwich. And most of the time, I don't play that yolk foolishness. So I put I know. I am
learning. So you've been my brother in love for so long, and I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Hit me with more.
Yeah. I just recently became, cool with yolk. Just recently.
You didn't like it hard. You didn't like it medium.
Hard, yes.
Runny?
No runny,
though.
No runny.
Okay.
So this is what you do. We got a piece of Tupperware. It's about like that big, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what else is around the same size? A slice of bread. So you take that egg.
Okay.
Bam. Crack it in Tupperware. Scramble it up a little bit.
Okay, so this is absolutely not a poach.
No.
Okay.
Throw it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Put it on for a minute, 10 seconds. Minute and 10. It comes out
fluffy,
perfect, same size as the bread.
Yeah.
Bam. Dump it on the bread. Well, in order to do that, you got to spray the what's the name with like Pam or something.
Right, for it to come out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dump it on the bread. Throw in a piece of cheese. Bam. You know what I have?
What?
Egg and cheese breakfast sandwich in under 3 minutes, and I'm back out of the kitchen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school things.
That's how they taught you to do eggs in a microwave, though?
Yep.
That's not poaching.
It's not poaching, but they did also teach me poaching.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me be clear. There was they did also teach me the poach.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And so there was also some shopping there. It was just like a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Our health teacher was also our volleyball coach.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Male.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had sex ed in elementary school, 5th grade. They separated the boys from the girls.
Okay. Yeah. So you had a proper sex ed class.
And honestly, I think we probably had a very a more thorough sex ed because we had a phenomenal teacher named Mrs. Zuckerman. She was so thorough that when we were going over like reproduction, right, babies and all the things, she had 3 kids, I want to say. She was a fairly small woman.
Okay.
She stood up and pulled her shirt up to show us how much stretchy skin she had from having been pregnant 3 times.
You can't do that in 2025.
No. She was like, your bodies will never be the same. This is what my body looks like post children.
Holy crap.
Yeah, pretty incredible.
Wow. Did the boys go like, ew?
Well, but they separated us.
Right.
Jeff Cresswell had the boys. Jan Zuckerman had the girls.
Okay.
And it was pretty, we did periods and,
Yeah, there was no way they were teaching us that crap.
Yeah.
Not at all.
She told us a story about, her first period. And, so it was pretty educational. I want to say in middle school, we didn't have sex ed and then went back to it in high school. And I'm aware that we probably need to move on, but I do want to just tell one quick story about my high school sex ed.
Do it. I didn't have any.
Well,
I got no sex ed stories to tell.
I bet this is actually not even a thing anymore. I don't think this would rock for high school 2025. If there are any parents on the chats of Grant High School students, I would like to know if this is a presentation they have or they're still receiving in sex ed. We had somebody come in from, I want to say it was Planned Parenthood.
Okay.
And they did a slideshow of sexually transmitted diseases.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And
I've heard of this infamous slideshow.
They hit us with a close-up and asked us what we thought it was. And 9 times out of 10, it was nothing related to the body. We were like, coral. That's coral. And then they would zoom out and they would be like, nope, herpes.
Jesus.
Whoa.
That's traumatizing. That's traumatizing.
Close up. That's a sea anemone. Zoom out. Nope. That's a genital wart. I remember sitting in that class, having just learned that, don't do 2 condoms at the same time. That's not effective, all the things. And I was like, first time I have sex, condom, diaphragm.
So they showed you guys how to do condoms, how to put condoms. Well,
they did. We didn't.
The whole banana, all of that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get any of that. There was This is what I'm saying. Listen, if you're at a Christian school, why would they teach you sex ed when you shouldn't be having sex until after you're married.
I hear you. I would venture to say nobody in high school should be having sex. And we also discussed how much more wild those religious schools can be. They're the kids at the schools.
Absolutely.
Y'all get knocked up left and right.
Super.
And or passing along sea anemones and coral.
You know what was happening at my school? If someone ended up pregnant, they had to transfer schools. You were kicked out.
Sounds like the 60s. Right?
It was the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, and the listeners know this already. I've mentioned this several times. Interracial dating was not allowed at my school. You also got kicked out for that shit. Yeah.
That's so wild.
Class 94.
Ow!
Ash, what up? She said yes, traumatized. And then they handed out condoms and baggies or Plan B. Wow.
Plan B? Wait, at Grant? Are we talking about Grant specifically? Or
Ash,
just
did you go to Ash? Where did you go to high school? That's where we went to high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were totally unprepared for the world.
One hundo.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm.
How old were you when you lost your virginity? Have we discussed this?
We had not.
Oh, why not? You don't have to tell me more.
No, I'm gonna. Morgan, put it in the chat.
Morgan, come back out of here.
Dastardly. You're dastardly. No, this is good. This is good. I want to say 18, 19.
I was 18. Yeah.
Yeah, 18, 19.
Well, look at you had no sex ed.
Late bloomer.
I had sex ed.
Yeah. It wasn't for lack of trying. Let me be clear. I was just, I am not the ladies' man that I am today.
I don't believe it.
Still not a ladies' man. The radar was just bad. Caesar, damn you. Caesar was like the answer when he met Morgan. Cease, you usually pop up with the second half. I don't need this. It's too early in the show for this.
Cease came in early because he heard I was up. Hey, Cease.
So Sass, Ashley said I was in the Reynolds School District.
Yeah.
We had STAR students today aren't ready for the sex.
STAR students
for sex. Oh, they aren't. Tuesday they're not ready for sex.
Yeah.
And they came in from 6th to 11th grade. Okay.
All
right.
You want to know what I told Sid and her friends at a sleepover?
What?
When they got to, they were either freshmen or sophomores. And she had a bunch of girls spending the night. And I told her, all right, kids, here's the deal. You are not allowed to have sex until you can look at the person you want to have sex with and say, I would like you to insert your X into my Y. And I use the real words. I can do that here.
Yeah.
I would like you to insert your penis into my vagina.
Yeah.
Or I would like your vagina to touch my vagina. Whatever the case may be, without giggling. Just the sentence made all of them erupt in laughter.
Holy smokes.
And I was like...
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So, I think it worked.
Oh, we were talking about... Yeah. When you asked me about did we have egg babies.
Yeah.
Michelle said we had bag of flour babies.
Oh, so much heavier.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also, can you imagine in this economy? They got to do away with that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No way.
With the Department of Education going away, what does that mean for sex ed? Like, I'm sure there was some federal standard, right?
You know what they're going to do?
Tell me.
Because we've regressed in our evolution of scientific knowledge, they're going to probably reinstate sex ed, or they'll keep sex ed. They'll just change the entire platform. And it will be to solidify that there's only men or only men and women.
Okay.
Right? And they'll push their bullshit agenda.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is incorrect, because if you were to go to the White House's website and read about it, they say that it's at the moment of conception where your sex can be determined. So I'd like to point out to every man in the world, y'all are really women.
Hello.
We all start out that way.
That's the way it works. So Ash said we had egg babies in this economy. In middle school, the high schoolers came to talk to us. Wow.
High schoolers?
Wow.
Were they informed?
Right?
Oh, Ash. I need to know.
Right? So also, she said, my mom told me, if you can't suck, you shouldn't fuck. and if they can't lick it, they shouldn't stick it.
Hey!
Listen, I feel like that's solid parenting.
It is solid parenting.
You know?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Oh my Lanta. This is like who'd have thunk we'd end up here, right?
All because you wanted to know when I lost my virginity on camera. You had so many opportunities to ask me that without a camera in front of me.
We've never gotten this in depth. When we talk about your schooling, we talk about your education of the dinosaurs. We haven't talked about sex.
Yeah, we do a lot of dinosaur talk.
A lot of dinosaur talk.
That's true. Yeah, it was a religious upbringing. It was.
Yeah.
And as you can see now, I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With and without a cause.
Speaking of religion, though.
Yes.
So there was a little something that happened. I want to say last week we started seeing this video with Marvin Sapp.
Oh, Marvin.
So, is he a bishop? I guess he's so high up. I think he's a bishop. There's a video going around, and he's on stage at the pulpit. There are people behind him on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Mega church, tons of people in attendance.
Yeah,
and they're calling for the tithe. You know,
money, 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 money.
Hello, and in the beginning of the video, he's telling the ushers, close the doors. We have a $40,000 target we need to hit.
Whoa.
Everyone in here.
Yeah. Y'all gonna make it happen?
$20 each. We can make this happen. It's no big deal.
Well, the people the math's real quick.
Listen, he's been doing this. He can like $47,000. I see it.
Got it.
He was like, the people on stage with me, hey, you're not just up here kicking it. I want $100 each for everyone on stage. And he says he tells the ushers to close the door several times.
The choir members are like, I don't know right now. Do you take Venmo?
Right? So my immediate reaction was like, oh, this is just crazy. Like,
close the doors.
Are you locking people in till you get the money? This is a ransom? What are we doing? This is extortion.
Oh,
kidnapping?
It is. Absolutely it is.
I flew off the handle. I said, there should be a class action suit with everyone in there.
Yeah.
And the more the video was circulating, people who were in attendance started describing what happened.
Okay.
And it's like, listen, this is being taken out of context completely.
Oh, okay.
He was telling the ushers to close the door because this was like a church convention. He was a guest.
Oh, this wasn't just like
regular service.
Him and at his pulpit.
Right.
Okay.
And there was just a lot of people.
Conventions now too.
What?
Farfignugan.
Heck yeah. What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go when we were younger. Going to Huntsville, Alabama.
Shut up.
For the 7-Day Adventist Convention. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Also today years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was just a lot of traffic in and out of that particular
it's a convention.
Yeah.
People
so he was like, close the
out.
doors.
Yeah.
Close the doors.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that is the importance of telling an accurate story.
Yeah. So I definitely want to, take the opportunity while on air.
Yeah.
To say, hey man, don't jump to conclusions. And it's interesting because it was easy for me to jump to that conclusion. One, with my experience within different religions, but then also just the image that we have of pastors from mega churches.
Yeah.
Like, you guys you got private jets. You are,
absolutely.
The whole family's got Range Rovers.
Yeah.
And here you are telling your congregation, you need to bring in your paycheck, your pay stub, so we can make sure that you're accurately tithing.
Right, because it should hit around 10%, correct?
Yeah.
Get out. First of all, the way it sounded was close the doors. We have a goal to reach. I've done the math. We're reaching that goal.
Yeah.
Then we'll open the doors.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
I'd be interested to see if the clip of him, asking for the doors to be closed had happened not during the asking for money.
Right.
And during a different portion.
Right.
If it had been put out differently. But.
Yeah. It does say something about the motivation of the person that leaked the video to erase the context of what was actually, how things actually played out. It does say something about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, this is not. It wasn't a hard conclusion to jump to.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
No. Well, so we're coming up on about 10 minutes after 7.
Yeah.
So I just have to say, close the doors.
Lily.
Have we hit 50 YouTube News with My Fiance YouTube subscribers yet?
That was excellent.
Right?
That was excellent.
I'll be here all night.
For anyone that's unaware, we need to hit 50 subscribers on the News with My Fiance YouTube specifically.
Yeah.
We are currently broadcasting and have been broadcasting from the District 9 YouTube.
Because it's so popular.
I've had it for over a decade.
Yeah, and put all sorts of content on there, right?
It's been around long enough. But in order for us to be able to centralize all our content, we got to get at least 50 subscribers on that YouTube. I'm trying to think. There is a link if you're on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
The News of My Fiance YouTube link is in there. We are currently at 43, so we are 7 away from 50.
Guys,
we're 7 away from 50. I think what I'm going to do is grab the link and I'm going to throw it in my Facebook here.
Yeah.
Because we got some peeps over here. I'll throw it in Morgan's Facebook as well. So if you're watching, please hit that link. Go ahead, just subscribe. Help us get to 50 tonight. That would be amazing. When you were doing the close the doors, C's was like, somebody record her quick.
We all know what she's about to do. Like, I am here for the shenanigans. Do you know what tomorrow is?
What's tomorrow?
Might be my favorite holiday.
Morgan's fake birthday?
Yes.
Is it really?
It is.
Holy shit.
I mean, you'll be too busy. You have like a wedding or something.
Oh, right. April Fool's. I'm sorry. Yes.
April Fool's is my favorite holiday.
You should definitely share with the people the legacy of April Fool's.
Oh, man. So when I tell you guys that April Fool's is my favorite holiday, I mean over my birthday. I mean over Morgan's birthday. Easter, Passover, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Flag Day, May Day, all the days.
Because everyone gets involved.
Oh.
Like, Frimmy used to go to town
from what I understand. This is a family tradition.
Oh, my God.
So, our lovely aunt, Frim, she started way back in the day, and she would do such egregious things as...
Jess, you're not ready for this.
Oh, my Lanta. So also, we just real quickly, Frim is like the kindest, nicest,
yes,
salt of the earth. Everyone loves her person, right?
So imagine having that perspective of Frim, and then hearing the things she was doing for April Fool's. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, maniacal.
Go ahead.
So she would Vaseline the doorknobs on the inside of your bedroom, home office, bathrooms, right? So whoever you get up in the morning, you go to get out of your room, and you're like, right. Like you're just spitting and spitting.
And you think that's it, right? It's like, oh, geez, right? Frimmy.
Come on, Frim.
You got me.
You get to the bathroom. Everybody knows how, urgent your morning pee is. Evacuation. Thank you. And she would have saran wrapped the bowl, which is gross. Here's what I'll say. In my evolution of April Fool's Day, audience, and you need to know this. You don't do things that are going to destroy something forever. You don't do something gross like make someone's pee go places. Ew. Don't hurt or kill anybody.
Please don't.
Right? Or make anybody sick. But anywho, one of the best things she ever did is she would go through our clothing as kids and sew our pant legs together and our sleeves together. So you go to
Frim was
dressed.
Wild, bro. Yeah.
So, oh man, 1 year she snuck over to Morgan's house. Morgan was in high school, and tied a ton of cans to her tailpipe. Morgan goes off to school with I'm going to say like 30 to 50 empty pop cans and tin cans tied to her muffler. Here's something Frim didn't take into account. It was the 90s. She was a teenager. She had a hell of a stereo system. She was bumping all the way to school.
Not hearing any of it.
Nothing. Losing cans left and right. Never saw it. She pulls up to park, and she gets out of her car, and that's when someone's like, "Yo, what is tied to your car?" She gets out. There's like 3 cans left. My dad worked for FedEx. He came to visit the girls at the flower shop. She snuck out and put a tailpipe whistle in his
on the truck,
muffler.
The FedEx?
Yes. He goes to make deliveries and cannot figure out what the hell is wrong with his van, and took it back to FedEx and made them find it. Yeah, maniacal.
Frim was a gremlin.
Oh,
she was a April Fool's gremlin.
Absolutely. And just grinning from ear to ear. Yeah. It was her day.
Adorable.
So I adopt it.
Yeah.
It stresses Morgs out. That's not her favorite holiday.
She doesn't like surprises at all.
No, at all. Good, well-intentioned, mischievous. Absolutely not.
No matter how. So, from my experience being with Morgan and watching you guys do this, it hasn't been too bad. Like, it's been a bunch of fake birthdays.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, like showing up at her job with the cake and balloons.
After having sidewalk chalked happy incorrect birthday, I would add 10 years.
Yeah.
Morgan Jones.
Yeah.
So she starts getting phone calls from people who were getting to work before her, wishing her a happy birthday.
Jess, did you remember any of this?
Then you follow up with the balloons and the cake.
Oh my God.
The only thing that never happened was Dika was going to hop on board, and he wanted to send a mariachi band. I know. It would have been amazing.
Oh, that would have been fire.
Well, guess what tomorrow is, Dika? Are you on? Are you on watching us right now, Mr. Man? We could do this overnight. I'll go and get a pinata. I will fill it with all the things. One of my favorite last fake birthdays, I think it was COVID. So Morgan finally felt like she was safe. Do you remember? And then we showed up at the house, and I had hit a bunch of friends and was like, everybody, we're going to do a video call.
Okay.
So people started texting her happy birthday right before I showed up.
Yes.
We show up with balloons and a cake and the whole thing. But the best part about that birthday, and I will post it, or I'll send it to you, Am, and you have to post it in News with My Fiance. John and I ran to Fred Meyer, and the normal, or the calligrapher, the cake writer, wasn't there. So this woman says to us, oh, well, our first, cake writer isn't here, but I can do it. And we were like, absolutely. Sounds great. Please write happy 47th birthday, Morgan, on the cake. She goes back and starts writing. Now, keep in mind, we did not lead with this is for April Fools.
Right.
At all.
Right.
Please.
Yeah, take it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she shows us the cake and it looks like A kindergartner wrote it.
Jesus.
I was like, that's
added value.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
John and I lost it. We were so excited. She was like, really? We were like, this is amazing.
You could have done better.
Couldn't have done better. I hope her writing got better for future serious orders, because were you not doing an April Fool's Day cake, you probably would have taken it to a manager and been like, not paying, bro.
Right.
Not I will post the picture.
That's hilarious.
For that, incredible. I also used to sew Sydney indoor sheets when she was a child sleeping in bed.
All right, so we're about to head into break.
Yes.
When we come back, we do have some actual news.
We do. Sorry.
We have actual news. Federal investigation targets Portland public schools over transgender athlete participation
on our holiday.
Yep. A new bill seeks to curb hedge fund influence in housing market.
Well,
needs to be done.
It does.
Louisiana voters reject Governor Landry's constitutional amendments. Yay for Louisiana.
Thank you.
And a Portland burglary ringleader sentenced to 9 years in prison. And let me tell you something. This ring has been active, like active. And
so
this isn't.
Don't make a joke about it being me. I'm just kidding. It wasn't me, guys. I actually don't need that smoke.
Are you facing 9 years?
Ooh,
okay. All right.
My ring's bigger. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a ring. I have no ring. No rings here.
Oh my God. All right. So
I'm excited to help cover all those stories.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to take our 10. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Again, if you haven't yet, please head on over to that link, the News of My Fiance YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe over there. I feel like we can hit this 50. And
once we hit 50,
bam.
Two things are going to happen.
All right.
We hit 50. You get to name Morgan's migraine.
Sure.
Second thing, we'll tape it. And we'll put it up on the Patreon. So you should go sign up there too if you want to see it. $5. Best investment of your life.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble for this. All right, we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Bye. Stay.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for kicking it with us during the break.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, this is News of My Fiance Monday night, Raw live in person, live Raw.
Which is Am's way of letting all of you know that Morgan is no longer his fiance and I am.
See? Quite the announcement.
Announcements.
Surprise to me as well. MJ is out with the migraine. Please give her all your well wishes.
Yes.
Please do. Lily also is a migraine sufferer.
Yes, I am.
And it took me a while to understand what migraines were because, people don't really care about people. So there's not a lot of education around it.
Yeah.
The common person just thinks it's a headache, and it is not. It is a neurological event.
Yeah, it really
is. A firestorm in your brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one is one that has absolutely taken her out. There's no eating during it because there's such intense nausea.
Right.
So hopefully right now she's snuggled in, silently dealing with the pain.
That's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping.
Healthcare.
She was active in the chat.
She was
for a little while there. She had to take a break.
Yeah.
We were killing it. We were delivering too many laughs.
We were not helping her brain. So I do want to just bring up one quick thing.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to hit 50 subscribers by the end of the evening on the News with My Fiance YouTube channel.
Links are in the chat.
They are. I'm about to post it on my Facebook page too. We're getting close, guys.
Yeah.
Last
Michelle
I heard,
said we're 4 away.
Whoo!
Yeah.
4 away. So let me just remind you of the 2 things that are going to happen if we hit 50 by 8:30. Right. Is it 8:30 or 9?
8:30.
8:30. First, because Morgan's migraine has been trying to come up with a name of its own, right?
Yeah. Trying to make a name for itself.
Number 50 gets to name her migraine.
Boom.
Also, because it's my favorite day of the year tomorrow, we will celebrate Morgan's birthday. Come hell or high water.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So she'll get a birthday party.
It's something else.
And her migraine will get its own name. Come on, guys. We got four. In
the April Fool's Day tradition.
Yes.
It's another birthday party for Morgan.
Well, she's...
How old is she turning? How old are you guys making her turn tomorrow?
50.
Okay.
See what she beat me. There?
She beat me.
She did.
Yeah.
She will be 50 tomorrow, guys. The big 50.
What if we end up with like 52 subscribers?
Will she then be... Sure, why not? Okay. She will be as many subscribers. She will be as many years old as subscribers News with My Fiance's YouTube has.
Oh my goodness. I do want to say again, like, really appreciate you guys for getting us this close so quick. C's just subscribed to this. Should only be 3 left now. We started with 5 this morning.
I mean,
we started with 5 this morning.
We started y'all with a K.5.
Hello. Yeah.
And we're going 5 plus 5 plus 5, and then you do that 10 times.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Guys, that's actually really incredible.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. Oh, yes. Yes. So,
big mention.
For anyone that's been paying attention, there are community stores that have been popping up. Community-free stores that have been popping up all throughout Portland.
Yeah.
There is one that is operating in Chinatown that has been the subject of tons of scrutiny and targeting. There was some major police action. Right. There was some major police action March 6th. So for anyone who doesn't know, the community-free store, what they do is they provide resources to our houseless citizens, to our houseless, neighbors.
Right.
Anything from blankets to food, socks, whatever.
Yeah.
They're out there and they're just making it happen. So like I said, there was some police action on March 6th. And it's been heating up down there. It's been heating up down there. We had the opportunity yesterday, Morgan and I, to have conversation with one of the community members that works within a community-free store.
Okay.
I wanted to get some of that edited and have it for the show tonight, but wasn't able to do that. But we will have a segment available for you guys to check out this Thursday. And it's some tea in there, guys. It's pretty hot. Some hot stuff in there. So we got that Thursday morning for you guys.
I think that's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Great listen.
Yeah. So it was like an hour-and-a-half conversation. So we won't be able to play the whole thing. However, we will throw it in the Patreon.
Oh.
We'll throw it when the whole thing's finished editing. We'll throw it in.
Is that for the freebie level or is that for the $5 level?
This is going to be for the free level because the information is so vital.
Oh, it really is. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm making an executive decision right there. I don't have full approval for that. So let me not just go, man spreading all over our content.
Hey, could you bring the patriarchy down just a notch?
Yeah. Ramp it down.
I'm going to need you to tamp the ramp. I hope it gets to go in. That's what I'll say.
Shelly Shell said Mike's Drive-In is selling shrimpy cone. Ice cream cones with a fried shrimp on it tomorrow.
You know what? I'm about to respond to that, actually. That sounds like what Morgan will be having for her birthday dinner.
Oh, my God.
If we hit 50 subscribers.
You guys are menacing.
She'll love it. She likes ice cream.
Do you think she'll love it?
Well, as I was explaining, she really enjoys herself some ice cream. She also loves fried shrimp. Put them together, and what do we have? A birthday dinner.
Okay. Keep it away from me. I'm allergic to shellfish. Give me nothing.
Fair. You won't have any.
Good.
Yeah.
So, in some local/national news, a federal investigation targets Portland public schools over transgender athlete participation. The U.S. Department of Education has launched an investigation in Portland public schools over its decision to allow a transgender athlete to high school girls track and field team. The probe, announced in a news release Tuesday, will determine whether the district violated Title IX, a federal law prohibiting sex-based discrimination in education. The investigation follows a complaint filed with the department's Office for Civil Rights. The Biden administration has largely supported transgender rights in schools. But this investigation aligns with a broader push by the Trump administration to restrict transgender participation in girls and women's sports. Last month, former President Donald Trump signed, current President Donald Trump signed an executive order aiming to ban transgender athletes from competing in female sports divisions. Craig Traynor, the Education Department's acting Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights, stated that federal law must protect women and girls from discrimination. The department also notified the Oregon School Activities Association that it is investigating its gender identity participation policy. The complaint alleges that both PPS and OSAA allowed a transgender athlete to compete in the girls' track and field division for the past 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
A decision critics argue may conflict with federal law. Portland Public Schools Independent Superintendent Kimberly Armstrong responded by reaffirming that the district is in full compliance with Oregon state law, which she acknowledged may differ from federal guidelines. In a statement, Armstrong expressed the district's commitment to students' rights while pledging cooperation with the federal investigation. Quote, "While I'm limited in what I can share due to student privacy, our district's commitment to doing what's right for all students, especially the most vulnerable, remains unwavering," she said.
Thank God.
The investigation into PPS is part of a broader national effort by the Department of Education to scrutinize school policies related to transgender students. Similar probes have been launched in Denver, where an all-gender restroom replaced a girls' restroom, and in Massachusetts, where officials are examining policies set by the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. As the legal battle over transgender rights in education continues, PPS faces a challenge of navigating conflicting state and federal regulations. The outcome of the investigation could have significant implications for school districts nationwide as they balance inclusivity with evolving legal interpretations of Title IX. This is where my confusion comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this crew was down with states' rights.
And
everyone just, state to state, people making whatever decisions they want.
That's what it should be, right? I mean, that's literally what they've been yelling at the rooftops, especially when it comes to women's health care. Right? So this was never something that, the federal government should have been mandating at that level.
Right.
This should be a state by state.
Right.
However, cut to this, another form of healthcare, rights, personhood, recognition, and you don't get funding.
Right.
Get.
Speaking of funding, AJ, what up, AJ?
Hey, AJ.
Said, I'm on the PPS community meeting right now about the budget deficit, and it is depressing.
Oh, God.
So, we're already in a place where, education nationwide is underfunded. I will never forget the feeling I had when I found out teachers were buying their own school supplies.
Oh.
Like,
when did that happen for you? Like, when did you realize that? Was it moving here?
I think right before we left Philly.
Yeah.
So 2015.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. When I went to elementary school, there was a closet full of supplies.
Yeah.
And my teacher would send us to the office or wherever the supply closet was.
Right.
With the little slip, and we get more supplies and bring it back to our classroom. What do you mean?
It's absolutely asinine. So when I was in school, my favorite part of back to school shopping was shopping for, what I carried in my bag.
Right.
I'm a office supply, school supply, pen, paper.
Did you do Trapper Keepers?
Yeah, well, we also didn't have a lot of money growing up, so
no Lisa Frank.
No, no.
I don't know how expensive Lisa Frank is. Everyone talks about like Lisa Frank. I was a Transformers Trapper Keeper kind of guy.
Oh yeah. Morgan had a Trapper Keeper, and I remember being mad jealous. It was the Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never.
Yeah.
No.
One of my early gifts to her was a vintage Nike Trapper Keeper.
Oh.
And it had the Velcro on it. Yeah.
So good. Yeah. So good. By the time Sydney was in school, so I was 20 when I had Sid. So we'll say, 25.
Right.
We had a list of what she needed for back to school shopping, and then a list of what her class needed. And that was the first time I experienced it. And it was mind blowing to me.
Why isn't this prioritized?
6 glue sticks. We need, down to Kleenex. Yeah. Down to cleaning products. Completely and utterly mind blowing.
You know what? Yeah, I definitely remember getting that list now.
Yeah.
When the girls were in school back east. Yeah. And I was just so confused. Was like, okay. And even then, I was still under the impression that maybe this was like extra stuff, or
right.
This isn't like where the teacher gets their supplies from. That's,
right.
But in any event, thank you, AJ, for that update about the funding, the underfunding, the deficit,
continuous school underfunding.
So we have that going on while Mrs. McMahon is in charge of the Department of Education, looking to dismantle it completely. We all know this is about privatization. This is about voucher programs and all of that.
Yeah.
But in the process, we're seeing so many things happening within the classroom, like the policing of these bathrooms, wanting to use school budgets to buy Trump Bibles. Like, there's just so much bullshit happening right now.
It is bullshit, and I have questions.
Give them to me.
Am, you have 2 bathrooms in your house.
It's true.
Does it mean that one is a man's bathroom and one is a woman's bathroom?
Absolutely.
And never the twain shall meet? Come on.
Yeah, it's just
in all of our own homes, we have gender-neutral bathrooms.
Right.
Why in the ever-loving anywhere else is that an issue? It is like, I can't, but I regularly can't with dehumanizing anyone, and that is so clearly what the focus is.
Yeah.
And it's,
they have to, at least see trans students as humans to begin with.
Absolutely.
Once they decide to, I guess, abandon their gender or their sex, then it's like, well, you don't count.
It is terrifying, the doors that it opens, though, right? Because first it's, banning trans athletes in sports. So, they're going to be obvious humans that get eliminated.
Yeah.
And then there are going to be humans who are, built slightly differently. And so it's not as clear if you're trans or not.
We saw this happen with the Olympics, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their actual verbiage being put into place to bills or in bills that could have locker room examinations. Like,
that shit is wild.
Who?
I thought they care about the kids. Why are you subjecting them to this? Because all of a sudden now this is a trans child, they're no longer a child and they don't matter.
No. So you want to get predatory people out of bathrooms, but then you're going to send in coaches, gym teachers in to check out genitalia of minors?
I wish.
Make that make sense.
Yeah. Michelle said fascism isn't about logic. It's about control.
That is 100% true.
Hey, Joy. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's despicable. It really is. So I'm curious to see how this is going to pan out. Obviously, we know what the investigation is going to result in, and whatever mandates they're going to try to, hand down to PPS. But again, I am curious as to what's going to happen within the school district, and again at the state level, for them to be on this whole states' rights shit. I said to Morgan before, I don't know if it was on the show or not, but have you seen the movie Civil War?
No.
Civil War is good.
Is it a zombie movie?
No. Oh. This one was on Netflix, and basically it was about certain states seceding from the United States and just the fracturing.
Okay.
Kind of like what these militia groups have been preparing for forever,
right?
You know, because the government is so corrupt, and now so like full states were seceding. And what's interesting now is because they actually are in control, it's up to states like ours that have to hold the fort. It's like, do we need to secede? Like, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to be clear, I'm not campaigning for that. But I'm just saying, I never thought, I just didn't have the imagination to think things would get this bad. Again, I was taught Roe versus Wade in elementary school as history.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happened already. We're done with this. This is us advancing, and this is, you know, society having a better understanding and the improvement of different legislation. That's what are we talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. But that was also during a time where checks and balances actually was taught as the letter of the law, right? Like, we have the executive branch, we have the judicial branch, and we have the Congress, the House, and and everybody's going to keep everybody in check. So with Roe, it seemed like settled law, which has been said a million times, right?
Yeah.
Every single time.
That was the cover they used.
Yeah. What never happened was codifying it into law. So that was something that I didn't fully grasp as being the true issue, because you're right. Growing up when we did, it was very much talked about as if, like, you know, it was this way at this point. Yeah. It changed at this point.
Done deal.
Moving forward, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think that I could have ever envisioned what's happening right now. And as a girl dad, right? As we see these things that were solid erode in front of us, my first thought is, how is Sydney absorbing this information? How's Kay absorbing this information?
Yeah.
How's Braun, absorbing this information?
Yeah.
How much fear do they have? And, like, what does that reality look like? And they are fearful.
Yeah, I'm such a cynic, and I feel like I've been living in this reality of, well, things are going to get progressively worse because there aren't enough people doing the right thing. So I've been like, kind of like prepared for this trajectory, but at the same time, not this level of bullshit. Like, it still doesn't dull the impact of when these things are happening.
Right.
And I got to remind myself sometimes to kind of like dial back on the doom mongering when I'm talking to the girls or just around them.
Yeah.
Because this is their future. You know what I'm saying? And as adults, as the adults in the room, we've done a horrible job in delivering a world to them that that's supposed to make them feel good, feel great, feel welcome.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a part of me too that, I'm doing personal work. I'm working on me.
Always, all the time.
Yeah. Therapy, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
My immediate reaction to certain situations heads towards violence. Like, I am so upset and now I need to do something with my upset.
Right.
No,
that's
so
what John is too.
Yeah, it's just like, what are we talking about? What's happening here? What's going on? What do you mean you're going in my kid's bathroom? What do you mean you're going in the bathroom that's what's not happening.
What do you mean you're even putting it on paper and putting it in front of lawmakers?
Nah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And then so I don't necessarily jump to the violence as me being the perpetrator. But I also my focus is on the numbers, because even if violence, because I honestly do unfortunately I feel like this is going to have to be
there are no peaceful revolutions.
Thank you. Right? So we're we're looking at something that's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
And we also need the numbers to be able to be effectual even in that. So
Facts. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see what, how this pans out.
Yeah.
What PPS's response is going to be, or how they're going to handle this.
I'm happy that in the moment we're standing our ground.
Absolutely.
Right? We're in a blue dot of Oregon, which is great. But we definitely need our federal judges to come to bat for us. And everybody's got to protect every kid.
Real talk.
Right?
Joy Johnson says, my Italy Rose is here. She's telling me to tell Lily she's beautiful.
Oh!
I told her you're her dad's friend from when he was a little kid.
Stop. Thank you so much. Who did you say that was?
Joy Johnson.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like we got a couple more. So someone hit us on Twitch. Are y'all Democrats or Republicans or something in between? Great question. I will answer.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely neither. Definitely nowhere in between.
Uh-huh.
Both the Republicans and the Democrats are to the right of me.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's Yeah.
Yeah. So I historically would have called myself a Democrat.
Definitely.
And I would I would say, with the dumbing down of language that continues to happen, that progressive is to the right of me.
Yeah.
I loved that particular language to describe what I believe needs to be done for our society, right?
Yeah.
So, because I love progress.
Yeah.
But
the Dems ruined it.
Absolutely.
The Dems hijacked progressive.
They,
completely.
Yeah. And now that is, so
ruined.
Yeah.
Completely ruined. Oh man.
I'm on the side of the people. How about that?
Period. And those who choose to get in the way, you're opposition.
Yes.
So there has been a string, years of criminal rings that have been happening here. I want to say, coming out of the pandemic, it was the what were they stealing off the cars?
Catalytic
converters.
The old catalytic converters.
Okay. So
that was a wild time.
Super wild. Super wild. It was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Catalytic converters were getting stolen from people's cars and then shipped all over the US, but primarily the East Coast.
Yeah.
Getting all the way back to Jersey.
Yeah.
Where whatever element was in the converter, that metal, whatever was in the converter, they were selling.
Is it copper?
I think it might be copper.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Remember.
Yeah. It was bananas.
It was so bananas that there were several mechanics in town who, if were you to fall prey to that midnight hustle,
right?
They would, you would call and say, my catalytic converter was yanked out last night, and they would say, great, we can handle that in 2 months.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah. When I was running the numbers, we had a panel van.
Yeah.
And that thing had 4 catalytic converters on it.
You can have more than one catalytic.
Yeah.
Catalytic
my current car,
the
Geneva,
Lex.
the Lex,
yeah.
that's got 2.
Whoa.
but it's tucked in a way that I didn't need to get it caged.
Thank you.
So during that whole situation, during that whole crime wave, there were shops that were specializing in caging your catalytic converters, and it was like $200 a converter, but it will cost you $6, and like you said, so many months to get it replaced. So it was well worth it. Yeah. So that van had 4. So that was like $800 to get that. Yes. Yeah, the catalytic converters covered on it. Yeah. But and then only to find out that the leader of this ring was in Lake Oswego. Shocking. Locally known as Lake No Negro.
It is very much known as that. Yeah.
I shouldn't enjoy saying that as much as I do. But I can't suppress the smile because what the fuck? Yeah.
You can do a deep dive into that another time.
Interesting thing. And we talked about this on the previous show. How they, the residents that live around the lake. Yeah. When they make it private. Yes. No public access to it. That got overturned. Yeah. And now they're fighting to make it private again.
Oh, have fun losing again.
Unbelievable.
We should maybe we should start making like yard signs that say like private beach access or like no Negro residents only, and see if they like it.
That would be fire.
Right?
That would be fire. Like, we're totally with you guys.
Guys, we're here.
No one should have access to this.
You know what?
We got signs.
We support you so much. We paid for this.
Okay, so if only we had that
and
ready.
We deliver it tomorrow. Who can run it overnight? Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. This would be a perfect.
That would be fire. Okay. So.
So yes, catalytic converters. Yes. Lived in Lako.
That was wild. I have a couple of homies that have small businesses, retail establishments here within Portland. Yeah. And they have fallen prey, and have also told me harrowing stories. Yeah. About other businesses getting hit, and it kind of happens in these waves of certain products that these crime rings are looking for. So there was a period where it was like primarily cosmetics that they were going after. Okay. So certain stores that specialize in that, or that's where the snatch and grabs are happening. Okay. Now it's collectibles and like vintage shops that are getting hit,
because those are going to be primarily small stores.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. So boutiques, vintage shops, collectibles, things like that. My homie Wyatt, owner of Pallet, he got hit. His new location in Hawthorne. They came in through the skylight, cleaned them out.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Like Mission Impossible style?
Yeah.
Like Tom Cruise Scientology suspended from the window style?
Like dropped a ladder down the skylight.
Shut the skylight.
Benchmark over on 23rd and Lovejoy. Shout out to the homies over at Benchmark.
Yeah.
Ian, Ben, Rob. They got hit twice. Somebody smashed the windows.
Damn.
Yeah, so we have issues. We got some retail theft issues. And apparently the leader of one of the rings just got sentenced. So a Portland man was sentenced to 9 years in prison this past Friday for his role in a large-scale burglary ring that targeted over 100 businesses. Joshua Lucero, 33, was identified through surveillance footage after the PPB, Portland Police Bureau, began investigating a string of break-ins in July 2024. Authorities linked Lucero to multiple incidents, leading to his arrest in December 2024. Lucero originally faced 50 charges, but took a plea deal, admitting to 23 counts of first-degree burglary, 1 count of second-degree burglary, and 6 counts of unauthorized use of a vehicle. During sentencing, Deputy District Attorney Alexander Garcia read statements from victims, including one business owner who said, "The actions of Mr. Lucero will undoubtedly impact the rest of our lives as we now face the challenge of rebuilding." Lucero has also addressed the court, apologizing to those affected. Lucero was not the only suspect tied to the burglary ring. Authorities also arrested 27-year-old Courtney Carlisle in December 2024 and 33-year-old David Blue in January 2025. Investigators believe the group was responsible for significant losses in Portland business community. District Attorney Nathan Vasquez described Lucero as one of the ringleaders and emphasized that his sentencing is a step towards restoring safety. Quote, "We're striving really hard to help this community, and my sincere hope is it starts to relieve some of those issues that businesses are still having." He acknowledged that while the case's resolution does not solve all crime concerns, it represents progress. Vasquez also confirmed that authorities are still searching for additional suspects connected to the burglary ring. This is the first of this ring, he said. "We're going to pursue all of those involved and anyone we can prosecute for this behavior, we're absolutely going to hold accountable." So one of the things that Wyatt has shared with me was that due to the fact that these crimes weren't getting prosecuted, it was hard to get insurance coverage, because the insurance companies are like, "We understand this is happening to you,
right?
But there's no recourse. There's nothing for, like, you're uninsured, bro. You're getting hit over and over." Because there was also when they were in
nuts.
Lloyd Center, it was the same thing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Do we know, like, have they released any businesses that were affected, or they just said that there were over 100 Portland businesses?
Just over 100. In that particular story, it didn't have the detail. Mm-hmm.
Wow. We have a friend who owned and operated Renata. You and Morg's with them. Yeah. And he had their windows smashed out so many times that
they're not even they're up Alberta.
They were in Southeast, kind of industrial.
Okay.
And now I think I'm not sure, but I think they might have just decided to go, because of that, and then also COVID, where they had to close down for a long time. They got to deal with New Seasons and got their pizzas into New Seasons, and so I think they may have gone in more into production and less that, but it had to do with the amount of times they had to replace windows and weren't getting coverage through insurance anymore. And it is, much like these smash and grabs, the small guys that are affected in such a huge way that at some point you don't get to have a business anymore.
Yeah.
And there isn't the right protection out there. And so, I'm glad to see that an investigation has, led to yield
some type of accountability.
Yeah.
Jess just said from Willamette Week, among the businesses Lucero hit were Electric Lettuce, Old Gold, Baby Doll Pizza, Assembly Brewing, Sasquatch Brewing Company, and Artichoke Music.
Wow. It's wild. Absolutely wild. You know what John's fix would be? CCTV?
Yeah, CCTV.
Yeah. We have never had meaningful city surveillance in Portland.
That's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one, right? There's lots of things that go into it, but part of that is not having, cameras. If this went on for 9 years.
He got sentenced for 9 years.
He got sentenced for 9 years.
But I think I want to say this ramping up was after the pandemic. Now,
right.
Yeah, I don't recall hearing this degree of retail theft prior to.
So this particular ring hit 100 businesses, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times we talk about, necessary theft for people who, right?
Sure.
But this is an actual business model, right? Like if you're not, this dude isn't finding things falling off the back of a truck. So instead, they're destroying businesses.
Yeah, I mean, and we're talking about during a time period where every business is still recovering from COVID.
Oh, absolutely. Still recovering. Yes.
So these smaller shops that have been hit, and then these businesses that were mentioned, it's not easy for anybody right now.
No, absolutely not. No. So We definitely need more small business protections, big time bad.
Yeah.
Especially since we're the small business is the backbone of society.
Right.
Right?
That's what they say.
Protect small business like it is.
Yeah. And honestly, there are people that are opportunists.
Of course.
And they're going to look for, ways to take advantage of situations. And, but that doesn't take away from the fact that what we're dealing with right now is people in stressed out, under-resourced situations.
Absolutely.
Where they've created, like you said, a business plan around criminal enterprise. And that seems like the better choice or the better option that they have right now is to commit crime. Whether it's for survival or whether it's, just I'd prefer to do this over getting a day job. Whatever the situation is. So, I mean, I just want people to kind of like keep that in perspective. Especially like, I feel like this conversation with this perspective I use frequently when we're talking about our houseless citizens.
Right.
And some of the ways that they affect small businesses. Now this is like citizens going head to head with other citizens, small business owners, things of that nature. Ultimately, this would not be happening if the government, whether it's city, county, state, federal,
of them
were handling their business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Look, they are all run by a portion of the money that we bring in.
Right.
And it should be spent to better the citizens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to hop into this story, Louisiana story. But before that, I just did a quick check. And like I said, the dashboard isn't always accurate, but it is reporting 48 subscribers.
Guys, come on.
Which makes me believe we may be at 50. Because again, I'm on the inside, and there's my count. What YouTube reports to me isn't always accurate. So Michelle, do a check real quick.
In the meantime,
yeah,
I would like one Sydney and one John Middleton to subscribe if you haven't already. We're there.
Boom. That's true. That's true.
Guys, don't make me text you. Don't make me shout through the heat register.
Take your brood to the. Hey.
Yeah.
You guys doing it there? You subscribing?
Hey, upstairs neighbors. Husband, daughter. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, just go click it.
Yeah.
It's in Am's Facebook link. It's in Morgan's Facebook link.
It's in the YouTube.
It's in the
YouTube
link.
It's pinned in there.
Feed. It's in my Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, Michelle said.
Oh,
okay. It's the real number.
Hey,
it's the real number.
We're so close.
Guess who popped up in the YouTube?
Ooh, who?
One Carmen Morrison.
Carmen, are you subscrired?
She
said, with My Fiance?
I'm old. It took me way too long to figure out how to get on here. But hi. So
hi, Carmen.
Carmen was in the text threads this morning. I'm hitting everybody. And Carmen said, I don't even have a YouTube account, but I'm going to get one so I can subscribe. So
you know what? There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. If Carmen, she's here, I think she already subscribed.
You're also not that old. Carmen, here's my request. Maybe one Daniel should be a subscriber.
Daniel, sup?
Kayla Ray? Kaylin, you wanna?
Oh my gosh! I'm telling you, I think we're gonna hit it. I think we're gonna hit it.
I know, and then
we got 14 minutes left in the show. I think we're gonna. If we don't hit it when they're on the air, we're gonna hit it tonight. I got complete. It's only 2 away. Yeah.
So we're gonna need anybody from this point forward, from 8:16 p.m. moving forward.
Yeah.
We need you to subscribe.
Yeah.
And when you subscribe, in the comments of one of the videos that's posted, name Morgan's Migraine.
Boom.
Then we'll get to pick Morgan's Migraine name.
John said he did that at the beginning. He's already subscribed.
Thanks, babe.
Already subscribed. Done deal.
Start another. I mean.
So, great news in Louisiana.
Love Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana voters overwhelmingly rejected 4 constitutional amendments backed by Republican Governor Jeff Landry.
That guy's the worst.
With each measure falling by more than 60%.
And if that ain't a lesson, Landry.
That's wild.
Yeah.
According to the preliminary results from the Secretary of State's office, the amendments, which focused on crime, courts, and finances, were key components of Landry's policy agenda, but faced strong opposition from both liberal and conservative groups. The most prominent amendment aimed to overhaul the state's revenue and finance system gained bipartisan support in the legislature. Oh, that's really stretching.
It's because he's doing most of the reading and talking. Well, he's doing most of the reading.
Woo! All right.
Ow!
Hello. Landry promoted it as a way to boost teacher salaries, reduce wasteful spending, and eliminate special tax breaks. However, critics condemned the lack of transparency, arguing that the complex 100-page bill was misleadingly condensed into a 90-word ballot question. Opposition also grew over provisions that would have liquidated educational trust funds and removed tax protections for certain religious institutions. Quick aside, did you hear about what's happening in Florida?
No, my favorite F word? No, I haven't.
They are looking at changing child labor laws. So, yeah, to make up for the reduction in laborers because of their immigration policies.
Oh, weird. Weird, Florida. Fucking Florida.
Yeah. Another controversial measure would have made it easier to prosecute juveniles as adults, drawing sharp criticism from criminal justice reform advocates who argued it would lead to harsher punishments without addressing the root causes of youth crime. The remaining 2 amendments, which would have created regional specialty courts and changed the timeline for state Supreme Court elections, also failed to gain voter support.
Oh,
opponents feared these changes would undermine local judicial authority. Following the defeat, Landry expressed disappointment, but maintained that his push for generational changes in Louisiana will continue. He said, "We do not see this as a failure," he said in a statement, blaming the outcome on left-wing billionaire George Soros and liberal activists.
I love that the left has one billionaire that gets
every single time.
God damn it, George.
He's a busy guy. You're a busy guy, George.
Man.
Also, holler at us. We can use a sponsor.
Big time.
Open Society Foundations, the philanthropic group funded by Soros, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The Louisiana Democratic Party celebrated the results, calling them a resounding defeat for Landry's agenda.
Yeah.
Voters from every party saw these amendments as, at best, misguided, and at worst, an attempt to give tax breaks to the rich while locking up more of our children. The party said in a statement. That is not the Louisiana values we stand for.
You know what the left has to stop doing?
Tell me.
The left has to stop offering what the best intent is.
Yeah.
And just say what it is, which is the worst. Because this isn't
consistently the worst.
Intentional, right? Or unintentional. This isn't anything like there just is no putting lipstick on the pigs that they are shoving out, right?
No.
So we have to stop saying like, at best this could put money in their pockets, but at worst we're imprisoning children, or
right.
Like the actual
right.
real, the small print, which isn't even so friggin' small anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
there's no dog whistles. They're just yelling everything out loud.
Absolutely that. It's frustrating to me that there's still a consistent looking for good intent, or it was a mistake, or there was a unintended byproduct of, right?
Yeah.
We are here because of intent.
Absolutely.
And we are only going to get progressively more fucked.
Yeah.
By intent.
Yeah, and I'm with you on just the Dems are very reactionary. This whole celebrating these small wins, there aren't even really wins. They're so quick to be like, hey, look what happened, or like the gotcha moments. Even it's just like,
right.
Do you understand? I don't care what Marjorie Taylor Greene does anymore. I don't care how much she embarrasses herself. I don't care about any of these Republican legislators that people are getting these gotcha moments and these viral moments making fun of. They're winning.
Right.
They've won.
They're winning, and when they lose, they say, I don't see this as a loss.
Right. So if your win, if your win can only be found in making fun of them doing dumb things while they've won,
right?
Like, stop the delusion.
You're not
like cut the shit.
There is no one's being serious, no one's being strategic, and no one is planning to actually
right.
And that is something that hits my little hopeful side.
Pokes you in your hopeful side?
Pokes me in my hopeful side in the bad way. It's deflating my hopeful side.
Jess said Lily's so right. It's like calling their lies misinformation.
Yeah, right.
There's no good intent behind any of this shit.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's just, yeah. I like you said earlier, you want to be very careful about like the doomsday conversations that you're having with the girls.
Right.
And I fully agree, right? I oftentimes like to let the younger ones lead those conversations, right? I let them know I'm here to have them. Please come to me. But when it comes to anybody with any sort of, platform, certainly anybody with decision-making power.
Yeah.
I need you to be as intentional with your words and your transparency about what's going on.
Yep.
As these maniacal old white assholes are.
Period.
With their plan for their idea of a greater nation.
Yeah.
I call it
cut the shit.
The death rattle of the old white men.
Yeah.
And it is loud as fuck.
I mean, imagine trying to introduce legislation to make it easier to prosecute juveniles as adults. Like, who wants that?
The Clintons.
Right.
Sorry.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am curious as to what this is a sign of. I don't want to jump to any conclusions and be like, oh, look, citizens are not paying attention. Like, that may be true. We are seeing this with the town halls on the right, where they are going at their representatives.
Oh, hard.
To the point where GOP leadership is saying, stop doing town halls.
Please stop doing these.
So, I mean, something is happening.
Absolutely.
Something is happening.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I'm curious to see how much longer this is going to go on. I mean, we haven't completed a full year of Trump's presidency yet.
We haven't completed 4 months. We haven't completed.
Right. We haven't got out of the first quarter.
Nah. Quarter one still isn't on the books. Can I make a request as we're drawing to an end or near an end?
Mm-hmm.
If not Thursday, maybe Monday when Morgan returns.
Yeah.
I would like you guys to cover a topic.
All right. Again, I'm all ears. I cannot make an executive decision.
Oh, fair.
But I'm all ears.
Fair,
I want to hear it.
fair.
I want to hear it. Put it on the record.
I would like to put it on the record. I too, this is terribly embarrassing. I too would like to put it on the record, and it left my brain. It
dissipated.
It fully did.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try to run it back. Children being prosecuted as adults.
As adults, and that led me to the Clintons and super predators.
And citizens finally waking up, pushing back against GOP leadership.
That made my brain go to citizens are forced to be too busy to fully pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally unrelated.
Boom.
I mean, / maybe not. I mean, not super unrelated. But John and I had a conversation the other night about the stock market.
Okay.
And how we are watching, all sectors of it plummet. Yeah. Not all, right? Yeah. But lots, right? Like the stock market in general is down. At what point does that become terrifying?
Because
or is it real?
Right. I think because a lot of us aren't really paying attention to the stock market.
No one's talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not at the rate. I hate it when people are like, if this happened under Biden, we would be all over it. Like, I don't love that.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like if this was happening under maybe any other presidency.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, people would be freaking, it would be far more talked about.
Joy just said, changing the labor law, depending on what age they're talking about, will probably open the door for more child trafficking.
Absolutely.
Fam.
Which is like another pillar they like to stand on, which is so false. Sorry, Joy.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what up, P-Town? Okay, so I feel like that's a whole nother conversation. I learned so much within the last 5 or 6 years about sex trafficking. Not because I'm in Portland, just because there's been more coverage about it.
I never would have tied that to Portland. Not because I'm in Portland, the sex trafficking capital of the world,
it's
city
heavy.
of the world.
It is heavy. It is heavy. Coming out of the pandemic, I don't know if you remember this, there were accounts of young women on social media talking about, these guys following them downtown, following them around the Pioneer Square. And, there was just a lot of very suspect behavior happening. Yeah. Girls getting picked up, girls just being disappeared, all of that. In like my discovery and, learning more about sex trafficking, I think it was during like maybe a Vice piece, but they talked about how sex trafficking, how the industry followed sporting events, major sporting events. So like, look like we just hit 50. We just hit 50. Morgan said we just hit 50. So like, if the Super Bowl is in this city, the sex traffickers move. It's like Vegas. They're just following the Olympics. Same thing. Major sports events.
That's insanity.
Nasty work. Very nasty work. So considering that in relation to child labor laws, you're opening the door. Imagine as an adult, hostile work environments, dealing with sexual harassment, things of that nature.
Me too.
Right. And now we want to introduce children into those environments?
Come on. No, absolutely not. Especially when you're getting rid of any meaningful HR, action anyway.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nasty.
Yeah. No.
Michelle said Cory Booker is still holding the Senate floor right now, though he was previously reading John McCain's speech on not having enough bipartisanship. Oh my God.
Well, there was a time where I looked at Cory Booker as someone who may be helpful in the plight.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
There was a time, however many years ago it was.
Oh my God. So, yeah. We hit 50.
I'm sorry. Say it one more again.
We hit 50 subscribers.
Which means we likely hit more.
Most likely we hit more. Yeah. Yeah.
What it really means is, hey, number 50, did you also leave a comment on a video with Morgan's migraine name?
Name for the migraine.
A name for the migraine.
We cannot allow the migraine to make a name for itself. It can't do it on its own.
No.
We have to name this migraine.
We have to name this
it's
migraine.
trying to make a name for itself. But yes. We can't allow that.
So if it,
Amazing.
I know.
Yo, shout out to y'all. Like, for real, we hit 50.
We hit 50.
We hit 50. And that means if all goes well, we will be broadcasting from the News of My Fiance YouTube next week. And there are 50 dedicated subscribers right there waiting for us.
I have a question.
I might have an answer depending on the question.
Can News with My Fiance YouTube go live tomorrow at, let's say, 6:30?
We might be at a wedding tomorrow at that time.
Bruno! How are you going to ruin Morgan's birthday?
Oh my God. With his wedding?
No, I forgot. I mean, I was going to, if you went live, I could bring the birthday, and that could be the first live from News with My Fiance's YouTube.
Oh.
But you guys will be at a wedding.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll have to be a morning birthday. I also don't need Morgan commenting about this at all. Just know at some point tomorrow you will be having a birthday. Because we hit 50 tonight.
So that means she's 50 tomorrow.
Well, we'll also see by midnight how many we have.
Wow.
How old do you guys want Morgan to be tomorrow?
Wow. Menacing. Lily.
Think about all the candles.
Thank you so much for filling in.
Had a bit of a good time.
Yeah, this is what family's for.
It is. Yes, it's a family affair. So, does this mean that we have a certain amount of easy lovers as new subscribers?
I think so. I think we can safely call some of those new subscribers easy lovers. I believe so.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
Thank you, easy lovers. Thank you, easy lovers. Not everybody can be a fiance, but everybody can be an easy lover.
That's good shit.
Oh, okay.
That's good shit.
Let's get back to being serious. Because I have to be Morgan now.
Yep. Let's get our closing.
Let me put my Morgan hat on. Whoa. I went through. Whoa. Okay.
Bam.
Boomba, as they say. Okay, so as Morgan, Princessa, I won't say your last name because you hate it when people say your whole ass name. That's another News with My Fiance Monday night Raw, live, in person, live Raw, in the books. Thank you for spending this quality time with us.
Yeah. This episode was made possible by our in-studio crew, Jess M, and our quality control crew, Michelle, Ross, and Kyle G of Residual Audio. Shout out to our in-studio sponsors, L&J Industries.
He's up there.
L to the left of me. Jay up there.
Yeah.
For providing this dope space each week. And of course, big thanks to all y'all for listening, watching, staying engaged. Y'all really did your big one tonight.
Man. So stay engaged with us all week. If you do that, if you stay engaged with us all week, you will live through a birthday. You will get your friends, your fiancés, your easy lovers to subscribe, and we'll be at 100 by Thursday morning.
That would be wild.
Right?
That would be wild.
Follow us on IG at News with My Fiance. Follow this guy, my brother-in-love, Ambush, at Scambeezy. Follow me, Portland Morgan at Portland Morgan. Or you could follow me, Lily, on the old IG. My handle would be at the silliest Lily you know.
Yep.
There's really only one of us.
Yep.
Become a member. Let's sock it to our pockets at patreon.com/newswithmyfiance.
Yep. So website's up, stores up, merch stores up. We're adding new products every single week.
Cop it.
Yeah, I got some new things popping up. Some new stickers are gonna pop up in the store. So get some things. Get some things. And yes. Thank you so much. We do have new Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Casey.
C's.
Sherry.
Katie.
Kyle.
Michelle.
Olivia.
And me. Later today. Oh, crap. Ross. Happy birthday, Ross.
And our ever-growing stable of the free 99 fiancés. Thank you all for your support and encouragement. And stay engaged with us. But you know the deal. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. And no war but class war. Go hard on the systems and not the people.
The people.
Not the people.
Please, not the people.
Yes, we will catch you Thursday morning.
Yes.
7:30 a.m.
And we're going to announce how many subscribers we have then.
Boom.
Bah.
From 7:30 a.m. to 9:06 on X-Ray FM. Again. Thank you so much, guys, for getting us to 50 subscribers. This is huge. That means you picked up 45 subscribers in one day.
YouTube can't believe it. We just got an email.
Boom.
They said, "What the ever-loving, huh?"
Yeah.
No one's ever done this in the history of YouTube.
They probably think we're scamming.
Big deal.
Huge. Yeah. So we'll catch you. We'll catch you Thursday morning. Thanks for getting to this.